Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and nice to see you guys, and thanks for coming. As Colin just introduced, we have a team that was assembled around March, and it's a little bit late in the game. And the goal there is try to follow the requirement and to try our ETS approach to map the contribute to the experience use effort. So overall goal, we will try to create and present a proof of concept demo in which we try to help incumbent workers, I will explain a little bit later, learning and working records into a skill profile based on the open standards skills framework. I think this is a little bit different from what Colin just introduced. There are some confusions here. We did start with one of the user cases from the military background, and but we wasn't able to work out because of lack of information. So today, instead, I'll present the case that we were able to go through for an incumbent work case. So we're going to have a brief introduction about this category of incumbent workers profile, and then we're going to have the introduction of different elements that we have go through following the charts that introduced earlier. And we also try to emphasize how we fulfill the requirements. And also we're going to share with everyone a demo video clip, where we show how this tryout works. And we're also going to check a little bit about the next steps after the experience use stage. So how this works, and we started with multiple considerations. Besides that, we need to have the input from the individual workers, and we need to identify an open standards of skills framework. We also need to have equity and bias issues considered, as well as the conformance test when we try to build the system. All these considerations was added to the AI-based algorithm, and from there we try to extract the skills profile for individuals. And we also try to cross-check, whether AI is doing an okay job or reasonable job to identify the skills and also identify related evidence in support of individual skills. And after that, we were able to extract two sets of outcomes. One is a human view outcome of the skills profile, so that individual users can use them and see if everything was captured from their understanding, but also to share with end users, for example, possible employers and other user cases. And the second part is we generate the machine view, which is a JSON file following the requirements, which can be utilized in different next steps of utilizing the experience results. In terms of the unstructured data input, in this case, we're mainly focusing on initial stage, the cover letter and individual CV as two formats in PDF format. We did, as I said earlier, we did interview the other military case and also 3 simulated cases as well. But for this demo purpose, we're only going to introduce the results from the case 4, which is a live case introduced from the experience use team. And we took the advantage of open standards, in this case, the ONET skills. We started with only top 5 skills for this demo purpose. Of course, after this, if folks are interested in, we can easily extend to any number of skills that using this AI engine. We also explored the credential engine, where they have tens of thousands of credentials with tags to different skills. But after several weeks of effort, we were not able to come up with a clean, defined structure of skills, so we didn't move in that direction. So in terms of the evaluation of AI extracted skills profile, we evaluate the agreement between the machine extracted skills, but also identify the evidence against those from the skills experts at ETS. In most cases, we found that AI identified evidence includes those who was identified by a human, but in terms of the skills presents, they seems mostly overlap with each other very well. And the additional evidence identifies the AI process was also seems reasonable based on the single case we evaluated. So here's the comparison results between the human and the machine identified skills. There seems to be, for this single case that we were able to experiment, and they seem to be perfectly agreed to each other. However, we feel this is only one case, and this might be too good to be true in the general application for other cases. So we would put some cautious there that we need to do additional evaluation for broader user cases in the same scenario. This is an example of the interface that we put out there. I know it's probably hard to read. We have a video clip towards the end of the presentation. And in terms of the equity and bias considerations, there have been many discussions in the industry, in the AI, about the possible unintended consequences of using AI. From our user case, we mainly try to investigate the implicit and explicit bias in terms of the development and use of algorithms for competence translation here. For example, we want to make sure users, in this case incumbent workers, know and understand the input and output from the AI. And we want to focus on the assets of individuals that already mastered rather than what they don't have yet. And also we want to ensure users knows what to do and what are the actionable information from the output of the AI. And we also thought about the next steps. We could use some sentiment language analysis to examine the output of AI and to see how that could be make it more humane and readable. And there might be multiple ways to present results as well, different from what we're going to show later on as a result of this experiment. This is mainly talk about the conformance test, where we met, we were able to meet all the requirements. And just to make sure I highlight that this is OBV3. It's a self-skill assertion reported by individuals based on their CV or cover letter. It's not verified by any third party yet. And this is the conformance test. Let's see. In terms of the explainability as part of the requirement, I think we have enough evidence at this point. The AI seems reasonable for now that to generate or to map individuals' skills or experience into the skill profile. In some cases, for example, a lot of incumbent workers, even the military background,